Today we're going to be making this necklace. It's a dupe for a necklace that they actually are selling currently at Anthropologie. It will run you about $60 at Anthropologie, and today we're going to be making it for $10. So let's get started. Okay, these are the things that we're going to be using today in our project. First, you're going to need a pair of pinking shears. They kind of have this zigzaggy edge on them. And then you're going to need a pair of regular scissors. If you want to get some scissors that are good for fabric cutting, that would probably be to your benefit. We're also going to be using some pearls. These are fake pearls, specifically Cultura pearls, which means they're a glass pearl. They're a lot less inexpensive than real pearls, and they look pretty realistic. Let's move over here so you can see. These are the Cultura pearls, and these are actually real pearls. Obviously, they're different millimeter sizes, but they're pretty similar in color and weight as well. So next up, you're going to be using this kind of plastic thread. It is, well, Blake says it's really just fishing line except twice as expensive, so I guess you could use either thing. Then we're also going to be using some tulle. This is kind of a gray tulle, but you can use whatever color you like. I tried to pick colors that were pretty close to the actual necklace from Anthropologie, so that's why I went with gray. Also, I have this piece of silk ribbon, and it's actually real silk. I got it from a local shop in Salt Lake called The Lace Place, and this silk is hand-dyed, and it's really gorgeous, and they do use actual silk in the Anthropologie necklace. These are the pieces that you're going to need for the actual necklace, and I'm no jewelry expert, so I don't know all the technical names for most of these things, but I think you'll get the idea. This is just 18 inches of chain. You can buy this at probably any jewelry store, and this is an antique gold finish. We have a lobster claw for the clasp, which is also in an antique gold finish, and then these are just two kind of attachments that help put together all the pieces, and I'll show you how to use those later. They may have a specific name, but I don't know what it is. And then these are head pins, which in our necklace that we saw, this is attached with a head pin on the end, this kind of decorative element at the end of our necklace there. So that's it. That's what you're going to need. So let's get started with the beads. So one of the most important elements on this necklace are these spherical pearl bead balls, and they're really pretty easy to make. So we're going to go ahead and make some of those right now. The first thing that you're going to need is to cut a length of your plastic thread. This is about 36 inches, but most of the time I just kind of eyeball it. After you do one, you'll kind of get the idea of how much length you're going to need. Also, just to give you another idea, I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the tutorial, but you can use, obviously, real freshwater pearls. The price difference is quite significant. For a strand of probably 20 to 30 freshwater pearls, you'll pay about $13 to $20. And just to give you an idea, there are 5 of these pearl bead balls on the necklace, so that's going to be about 150 pearls you're going to need. So that can, obviously, if you're going to do freshwater pearls, that'll increase the price quite significantly. So how you get started is you're going to take 5 beads and put them on the right side of your thread. Okay, so here's your 5th bead, and on your 5th bead you're going to take the left side of your thread and put it back through the last bead on the right side. Okay, so you have the two ends crisscrossing. I don't know if you can see that. Oops, I can grab it. Okay, and then you're just going to pull the threads until you create a circle down at the bottom. Then I usually line up the ends of the threads together and I kind of pull the circle so that it's centered in the middle of the threads, so that just at the end you don't end up with tons of thread on the left-hand side and not enough on the right-hand side. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the right-hand thread and we're going to put 4 beads on. Okay, this is our 4th bead, and on our 4th bead we're going to take the left-hand thread and we're going to put it back through and do that crisscross motion that we showed you earlier. And pull. So now if you look closely, you should have 2 circles of 5 beads. Okay, now we're going to take that our left-hand thread and we're going to thread it through the closest left bead. So if you pull this tight, you'll see that the closest left bead is going to be this one right here. And then pull it through. So that kind of secures all of your beads so they're not coming loose like they were a bit earlier. So basically, the way that you can kind of keep yourself on track is you're always trying to complete a circle of 5 beads. So we have thread on this side and thread on this side, and in between them we have 2 beads. So that would mean that we need to complete the circle by adding 3 more beads. So on the right hand thread, we're going to add 3 more beads. Okay, and this is your 3rd bead, and on your 3rd bead you're going to crisscross the left thread back through. And pull. So now we have 3 circles of 5 beads, and we're going to take the left-hand thread and thread it through the closest left-hand bead. Sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. That's my French bulldogs. They are excited about something. Okay, so now we have 3 circles, and on the right hand side we're going to add 3 more beads. This is our 3rd bead, and we're going to crisscross with the left hand thread back through that bead. Maybe. And then pull it through. And now we're going to take the left hand thread and put it through the closest left bead, so that would be this one. Now we're going to add 3 more beads. And if you're checking, it's because we have 2 beads in between the threads. So that would mean we'd need 3 to make the 5 bead circle. Okay, and here's your 3rd bead. You're going to crisscross the left-hand thread back through. Pull tight. Okay. And you're going to, this time you're going to go through 2 closest left beads. So that would be this bead and also this bead. And that would be with your left-hand thread. So there's 1 and 2. And pull tight. So now we have 3 beads in between our threads, so we're going to need to add 2 beads on the right hand side.